Divine Feminine Collective, you are being challenged on today to begin loving yourself, right? To allow yourself to be loved. You feel everything deeply. You are porous with a wall around your heart. That is your paradox. You are loved and you are worth loving. Your divine assignment is to remain open to fearless love. You deserve to be loved in your language. You are worthy of love that remembers your beauty at your ugliest moments. Don't allow your unhealed past to block your future. Real love is a sacred contact or contract that says, I am vulnerable and command your heart to safe with me. Let's expand our consciousness together. Those are the words of Oshun. Welcome to the channel, guys. Welcome to Queen of Kings Tarot, where behind every great king is his queen. And that is us, the Divine Feminine. And of course, our kings are the Divine Masculine. This is a Divine Feminine reading. And as we get into the messages, the first part of this message is about fearless love. It is embodying or embracing the spirit of Oshun. The spirit of Oshun is about fearless love, about loving even when you don't love yourself, right? Even when you look in the mirror and you're not always happy with how you look, how you sound, how you are showing up for yourself. See, even when you don't show up for yourself, the fact that you can still love others unconditionally always makes you the master alchemist. Why? Because you're transmuting that same energy of unconditional love that you have for others, and you're transmuting that into a higher version of yourself. There is a transformation that's taking place, Divine Feminine, and you're being encouraged to embrace the journey that is your life, right? With all its twists and turns, no one can understand the life that you've had to live. No one can tell you of your experiences other than you. But every single experience has been a bridge to connect you with your purpose. There is a grounding that is taking place within the Divine Feminine at this time. This grounding is allowing you to be able to see clearly as you embrace the energy of Goddess Sachi. Spirit needs you to be reminded to protect your magic, and your heart is a part of that magic. See, you can love fearlessly, unconditionally, but with boundaries in order to stay grounded. Someone needs to reground yourself at this time, because a lot of times we give out of love, unconditional love, but it is not always returned to us in that manner. And then you find that you are depleted. Your heart is your own. Your body is your own. Your mind is yours. Your truth and story are your own. It's time to be rooted in your truth and begin to create healthy boundaries, Divine Feminine. See, a lot of times we're told that if we love unconditionally, then there are no boundaries, or you have a difficult time setting boundaries because you love. But knowing and understanding that to love with boundaries is the greatest form of love. If you're finding that your energy is unsteady at this time, Divine Feminine, breathe, right? Come into the presence and say out loud, I am here. There's trauma, there's stress, there's overwhelming anxiety and fear. But allow this to disconnect you or disconnect from your body so that you can ground yourself. See, grounding keeps you present. Grounding energy is the energy that says, I'm going to wake up today and I'm going to be the best person I can be for myself today. Grounding does not make plans for what you cannot control, but allows space for the universe to create within you. When you are feeling rootless or unsettled, Divine Feminine, come back to your breath. Breathe. Meditation and breath work are grounding, even earthing, connecting to your feet or connecting your feet to soil. Free writing, journaling, clapping, stomping, and rubbing your hands together are all grounding rituals. See, there's a mighty grounding that needs to take place at this time, starting with your root chakra, which is the foundation and the connection to the earth. It connects us to our basic human instinct for survival, security, and stability. And see, a lot of times, Divine Feminine, we are unaware that our root chakra is out of balance. When your root chakra is out of balance, you will feel fatigue, insecurity. Even old addictive patterns of behavior will begin to resurface. Instability, a lack of sense or a lack of identity or a sense of your identity. You're being called to ground your energy at this time, Divine Feminine, because in grounding your energy, you will be able to continue to love in a manner that is fearless, right? Without judgment, without mask. You're able to show up in all authenticity, naked before the world in order to co-create that which is available to you. Someone's spirit guide could be Mami Wata. See, Mami Wata is a water goddess, and her sisters all live in the river in Nigeria. But the ancient mermaid goddess is her own global pantheon. Mami Wata influences emotions and gifts her followers with clairvoyance and healing powers. It's time for you, Divine Feminine, to appear naked. Hide no more. The emotional nakedness you avoid is your superpower, not your shame. And a lot of times, Divine Feminine, we are told to mask our emotions, right? Embrace masculine energy so that we do not appear to be overly emotional, or being overly emotional makes us angry women. It makes us controlling women. It makes us liberated women. But none of that is true. You're being called to emotional nakedness because this is your superpower. This is not your shame. Being emotionally naked means being vulnerable enough for the real you to shine through. Vulnerability is a strength, not a weakness. It's time to practice, Divine Feminine, being transparent. Start with people who don't mean anything to you, right? Start showing up as your true, authentic self to those who never really knew you for who you truly are. Your spiritual gifts, your talents, your abilities are exponentially growing at this time. And you're being challenged to show up today, starting from today, as your true, authentic self. Have the courage to feel and express your feelings without people pleasing. For way too many times have we neglected, self-sacrifice ourselves in order to please other people. It's time for you to speak your truth, share your story, cultivate an appreciation for vulnerability in others. Become comfortable with feeling uncomfortable and making others uncomfortable. See, there's something powerful in the ability to make others uncomfortable and know that you make them uncomfortable and stand in that energy. See, when you truly come into the authenticity of who you are, you have no problems with being unliked. You have no problem if people do not like you or they do not want to be around you, because when you show up in true authenticity, naked, in all vulnerability of who you are, There is a root chakra activation that is taking place within you at this time, Divine Feminine, where you're grounding yourself. This has everything to do with your survival, your security, your basic human needs. See, when you're looking at your root chakra, you have to understand that as a foundation, you cannot build from a shaky foundation. You cannot restore yourself to consciousness with your root chakra out of balance. You're being called at this time to understand who you are at the soul level. A person's heart plans his way, but the universe determines his steps. See, you can plan the way that you have for you. You have a vision for yourself. But what you have to remember is that you are a co-creator in this universe with your guides, and you have to allow your steps to be ordered in that direction, the direction that you are to take at this time. There is a root chakra activation that is taking place. And as you begin to plan in your heart what truly brings you peace, happy, and clarity, then the universe is here to grant every wish that your heart desires. See, you're someone who had a destiny within you from the very foundation of this earth. Your steps have been ordered. Your trauma, your direction in life, and it all stems from the pureness of your heart, that you were able to continue when many others could not. You embody the cycle of creation for all space and time. And with every complex symbol of who you are, you're now understanding that it has been divinely guided and activated for you at this time. It is with positivity and healing from the sun that you are able to see clarity, triumph of light and truth, as the sun illuminates to you exactly who you are. And you embody the energy of Oshun, the fearless love, the grounding of Satesh, and the vulnerability of consciousness of Mami Wata. There's a lot that's being illuminated within you at this time, Divine Feminine. And this illumination has everything to do with your ability to grieve the past version of yourself. Because the grief, as we've learned, is really just love. And it's all the love you want to give, but cannot. And you grieve for the child who you wanted to love, but did not have the necessary tools to do so. You grieve the past version of yourself because she is no longer here. And it's through divine intervention at this time that you are truly understanding the connection to the hidden aspects of who you are, your secret fears, your subconscious mind, your endings, and even the past. See, there is a higher power stepping in at this time to help you on your path. This is a path to your blooming. This is a path to your creation. This is a path that leads to your ability to create. If you found yourself stuck in your ability to create, or stuck in your ability to show up for yourself, or stuck even in your love relationship with the lovers here, it starts with you grounding yourself first from your root chakra. An affirmation for your root chakra is, I do all acts knowing that I am peaceful, protected, and secure. Spend time in nature to balance your root chakra. Do some gardening. Sit under a tree and feel the earth beneath. your feet. See, when you allow yourself to be grounded, divine feminine, you can experience life from a different vantage point. There are a lot of hidden aspects to who you are at this time. But regardless, you are always protected because Archangel Michael is here, who is often regarded as the leader of the archangels. Michael is known as a warrior, the protector against evil. There's a lot of change that is taking place for you at this time, divine feminine. You are reinventing yourself. So while you may seem unpredictable, or life may seem unpredictable, or there could be sudden seismic shifts taking place, these shifts are meant to set you free. You're embracing freedom. You are reinventing yourself. Because the past version of you is gone. And the new version is underway. And with this new version, you're being called to your highest timeline potential. To embrace your divine feminine energy. Subconscious dreams, illusions, psychic thoughts, fears, visions, wisdom. You're sitting in your Empress energy, embracing your divine feminine energy, understanding that your peace, your empathy is what makes you uniquely you. And through growth, beauty, and creation, you're expanding not only your own consciousness, but the consciousness of others. You could be seeing 7-11. You are people's karma. And what people are learning by standing in your presence is truly what goes around comes around. See, you are divine justice for others. You have a moral responsibility to stand as the seed of life in creation and growth. See, you hold the blueprint of the universe, divine feminine, because you hold the wound of all creation is within you. And what you're beginning to understand for yourself, divine feminine, is that transformation isn't a future event, but it is a present day activity. And as you go through this reinvention of yourself, you understand the beauty of who you are becoming. Someone could be seeing monarch butterflies. You're increasing in wisdom daily. You're learning lessons. You're leveling up. You're receiving divine downloads. Someone needs to pay attention to your dreams. I had a dream last night that a baby came to me and she said, you have 3 guides. Pay attention to your dreams. And know and understand that everything you do is done from a place of love, because love bears all things. Love believes all things. Love hopes all things. And love endures all things. And anytime you show up for yourself, embracing the energy of Oshun, that fearless love, you truly understand where your happiness truly comes from. See, true happiness is based on peace. And many people think excitement is happiness. Oh, I'm excited about this. I'm excited. Excitement is fleeting. Happiness is internal. But when you are excited, you are not peaceful. True happiness is based on peace. And as you begin to embrace the divinity of who you are, you begin to understand that your personal power is attached to your self-esteem. Your self-confidence is attached to your ability to be assertive. You have to make sure that you are in balance. Because you're being called to lead people in a new direction of this new earth reality. But never forget, when you are favored by God, you are also favored by the devil. Who you came to the party with is who you leave with. It's time for you to separate yourself. It's time for you to elevate your consciousness. See, you are the bridge. The weight of responsibility, sacrifice, and the essential role of the chosen ones is as a guide and support to others. But you have to ensure that you don't allow others to take advantage of your ability to bridge them with their highest timeline potential, because everyone is not ready for that. As the chosen, you will endure and connect realms or ideals for others, often standing alone in this pivotal role of upholding the path for the greater good. Divine Feminine, you are reinventing yourself. And that is what you're being called to do at this time. The final message, Spirit Guides. There's a transformation that's taking place. Things are changing at a cellular level. Deep healing is taking place. You could be seeing 106. During this transformation, understand that things are changing at a cellular level. You are not who you were a year ago or who you will soon be. You are in between, emerging, half risen, half falling. Keep doing the work. You are transforming. You will look back at this time with awe. So much is happening in your inner world. And when your cells, or within your cells, it's time to release old ways of being that have kept you in fight, flight, and freeze mode. To choose a new way of being where trauma is not the driving force. Old childhood patterns are rising up to be healed as you allow yourself to observe them and feel them without attachment. They loosen their grip and fall away. You are being called to find a new way of self-soothing. Saturn and the Black Madonna of the African goddess Oshun influence this transformation. The Black Madonna represents the underground and all that has been cast aside, and Oshun represents the tender love of the original mother. A rethreading is happening, healing at the deepest of levels. While you are in this phase, don't put yourself under pressure to perform. You may need to review your relationships with your body, perhaps even shifting your diet or exercise regime, or getting energetic healing support. You may also need to consider some kind of emotional support as issues from your childhood may come up to be healed. You are deeply loved. The activation. I allow myself to receive the deepest healing and transformation for change to happen at a cellular level. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, guys. Love and light as always. The Lady Empath, 1111.